Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. And for the next today and the next start again. For the whole of August, my Fridays with Fiona's will be focusing on designer series paper or patterned paper because Stampin' Up have got a sale on at the moment on selected papers and cardstock. So great opportunity. So if you spend £25 in my online store, I will send you everything you need to make two each of the projects that I'm showing you. I'm only showing you two projects. I was hoping to show you three, but the third one I couldn't get my head around it. So that will probably take a whole Friday with Fiona. It's quite complicated. So I'm doing two projects, and one is more complicated than the other, and the other one is fun. So you'll get everything that you need to make two of each of them. So total of four projects when you spend £25 in my online shop. So let's go across to my hands. And so the first one, they're called sour cream containers. And I thought, particularly for Halloween, these would be really fun. So I've sealed this one and there's nothing in it. But the idea is that you put chocolates or sweets in there. And then obviously you wouldn't seal the top up until you put your little goodies in there. So I'm going to show you how to make that. And I use Seal Plus, but I'm going to use liquid glue today because it's not stuck down properly there. So that's fun. And I'm going to use Halloween paper. Let me show it to you. This is 12 by 12 paper and it's called Frightfully Fun. So let me show you it. So I've cut one of these up into 4 bits. You would use it for scrapbooking, but I've cut it into lovely on that side. So I'm going to do two. I will do one this side up and one this side up. Got your ghosts and cats actually. Oh, let's talk about cats in a minute. Cats and cats under hats, under witches' hats. More ghosts and spiders' webs. Don't like spiders. More ghosts and orange spider webs. That'll be great for my granddaughter. And then you've got this same picture as in the orange, but in grey and black, or secrecy. And then you've got the swirls in orange as well. So yeah, gorgeous paper for Halloween. There is also a 6x6 pack, which I didn't get. I'm not sure if these are on the offer or not. The one that I'm using for the more complicated project is on I believe on the sale. It's the lovely blossoms. So let me show you. So this is the one that is a bit more complicated. So I'll do the easy one first. And it's got a belly band, and this is from the Wild Bunch, which is sold out in English. It's the product of the month for £5 when you spend £70. It's sold out in English, but if you just wanted the animals, which are so fun, it's still available in German and French, and then you just have to ignore the sentiments. But yeah, you've got all the little hats and the oh yeah, it's so fun. So I'm going to carry on using that for the time being. And then this is a really great way to showcase your paper, and also really useful if you want a card to be signed by more than one person, like in the office or social gathering. You've got these little basic white cards that come out. I need to be more careful with my gluing. It's supposed to be just at the edge, isn't it? And then yeah, so that reminds me, I need my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, so I need to get down there. And then you just fold it up and pop a belly band on it. So really fun, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But let's do the sour cream container first. I don't know why they're called sour cream containers. I think it's an American thing. So that's the finished product. Okay, let's get. I'm going to do the two. I'm going to do one in this colour, and I'm going to do one in that colour. Okay, so I'm just going to manipulate it to give it a bit of a kind of break the fibres up a bit, because you need to when I'm doing this with the glue, it's going to be that much harder. That way, and then I'm going to go back that way. And then hopefully when I try and glue it, it will, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put some wet glue. Where's my silicone mat gone? Okay, just checking on the screen here. I'm going to put silicone glue on all 3 sides, okay? Make sure I've got it the right way up. And I'm just going down the side. I'm going to put a bit more on what is the side, a bit less on the top and bottom. Oh, don't know what's happened there. This is a new glue. Bubbles. Don't know what's going on there. Just get a bit of kitchen roll. And then the top. Actually, I'll leave the top for now because then you can see how you would put your sweeties in there. So I'm just going to fold it. This is the hardest part of it, I think. I'm going to fold it and kind of try and lay it down a bit just to get a bit of a grip. As I say, this is the hardest part. I'm going to get some pegs before I do that so that I can hold it at the top and the bottom. I've got glue on my fingers already. Right, if I can get the top like so. Put a peg on it. And then I can and I'm trying to line up the bottom. There we go. This is without doubt the hardest part. Okay. It's got a bit of glue there. Yeah, it's not quite straight at the top. Oh, where did I put that? Yeah, so there's the bottom, which has got the glue on. And I'm just going to pop that down like so. Now this is going to be the back. Well, it's not actually, it's going to be the side. So you can see I've got a little bit of the black showing. It doesn't bother me, but if it did, you could just trim that off. Okay. And the same at the top. There we go. And then what you would do is you put your sweeties in and then you close it that way. It's really clever. I think it's fabulous. So I'm just going to pop the pins in so you can see. And I didn't cut that very straight either. And there you go. There you have your little Halloween. I'm going to do these for my nieces for their Halloween. And now I'm going to do one showcasing on that side. So, and because that's not directional, it kind of doesn't matter which side you got. I'm going to do a bit more glue this time. Might make it easier to stay down. And then I'm just going to do the bottom because I'm going to leave it open till I've put my, and you could actually staple it shut and then decorate it. I might do that. I haven't even played with my, I've got some Christmas and Halloween bundles from pre-order, but I haven't even played with them yet. So that's an idea. I might come back with these and show you them when I've decorated them. Right, I'm gonna pop that on there. That was easier that time. Maybe I shouldn't have bent it back last time. Okay. Hold that to glue it. Oh, it's come away. Let's push those pegs on a bit more. You can see inside, which is the, I've got glue all over my hands and now I've put it all over the paper. Oh no, it must have been on there. Never mind. I'll let it dry and then get it off. Okay, and then the bottom is where I had already put the glue. Yeah, this is sitting much better because I didn't. So I do as I say, not do as I do. Don't do the folding backwards and forwards. It doesn't work. I think I had another one there. There we go. So fun. And then you can see it will close. One not very straight. I'm not going to do that now. But yeah, I'll come back and show you them when I've decorated them with the ghosts or witches' hats or whatever. So yeah, just a bit of fun. So that's project 1 for today. Okay. Take these off now. And I just need to wipe my hands because I have got glue everywhere. Off here. Let's move that out of the way. Right, now this is the, I mean, that was fun, but as you saw, really straightforward. This one is a little bit more complicated. Let's move my Cell Queen jar out of the way. Move my wet glue out the way. And leave that one up there as a... Okay. So I've got a 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper, and this is the lovely blossoms. Now this is a directional paper. The one I did this one with wasn't directional, and part of the reason for doing, I wanted to see, can you actually do it with a directional one? When I was kind of playing around, I think you can, because they're folded sort of sideways and you know, upside down. But if you don't like it, then use a non-directional one. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my stamping trimmer and I'm going to score it at 4 inches. I'm going to park the dark. Might help if I put my glasses on. I'm going to score it at 4 inches at either side in the direction. I'm actually scoring it on the wrong side. I should be scoring it on this side. So let me go back and do that again. 4. And 4. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to score it at 3.5. And 8 3/4. I don't know if that's also 3.5. Let me have a look. 8 3/4. No, it's not. So 8 3/4. Okay. So that's my scoring done. Now I do need to cut. I'm going to cut up here on my first score line. So this was 4 in, and I'm going to go up to the first score line. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this top quarter out. Okay, I'm also going to cut here. Let me do that and then I'll explain where they are. I'm going to cut here. So top right, and this is just so I can fold it up to the 4-inch mark. And then I'm going to cut along here on what was the top left because I want to cut this out completely. Now I'm going to put that to one side because I can use that for decorating. Okay, so then I'm left with this. So I've got a cut here, I've got a cut here, and I now need to have a diagonal cut here in the bottom panel. So I need to mark it with a pencil because I can't see the fold under the light. And I'm going to cut diagonally from this point to there. So that needs to be in the scoring groove or the cutting groove. And I'm going to start there. Yeah, perfect. Let me get that out of the way. And I just need to get rid of that little pencil mark and make sure it goes far enough up. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. And I don't need those two anymore. And I've already cut my pieces of white. I'll give you the measurements. They are 3.5 by 2 3/4. So you need 2 of those. 2 at 3.25 by 4.5, and 1 at 3.5 by 4 3/4, and a 1.5 by 11 belly band. I'm not sure I've cut that down actually. That might still be 12. Let's just bring this back in for a second. No, I haven't cut it down. So this needs to be 11. In fact, I think it'll still be too long and I'll end up cutting some off it, but that's fine. Now, you can see on my, I did this in the white, mainly to pick out the white in my designer series paper from the flowers. On this one, I actually used designer series paper for my belly band, and the join is underneath Mr. Penguin. So let's get those out of the way. Now, this piece of paper that I cut off, I can use to decorate the tops and various other bits and pieces. So I've got 2 of those, I've got 2 of those, and I've got 1 of those. So the biggest one is the one you've only got 1 of. Okay. I'm going back to my right. So this cutout piece is in the top left, and these bits are going to fold up like so. I need my bone folder. Get some good creases going now. I might need to trim some bits off. Can you see that? Just about. Okay, that's that one. I think I might need a new blade. My cutting is a little bit rough. So if that's not going to fold over, then I might need to just trim that. I'm just going to try and do it on my trimmer. So I can see where the fold is. There's a little bit sticking out. My scissors. Sometimes it's just easier to cut with scissors. There we go. And I think there's another one. So that's here in the bottom. Yeah, that's folding over much better now. Okay. And then this one is going to go over there. And again, I think it's going to be too tight to fold. Yep. one's going to fold in. That one's going to fold up. That one's going to fold in. That one is definitely too wide. Actually, I think it might be easier to use the trimmer and move the blade where I need it. That's the beauty of this trimmer. I think I'm going to give them all a little bit of a trim. So I bring my blade up to probably would be easy to do this with the scoring, actually, like remove score it like where it was 4 inches, do it 3 and 15/16, if that makes sense, and then you will already get that gap, so that will fold over. No, it's still a bit tight actually. Here we go. I think it is going to work. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. And then this one, that's okay. Maybe not on that side. But I can't trim that down on that side. These are upside down. It should be there. That's it. Right. So let's remove this. Now on the... So the bit that I cut off is on my top left, okay? And I brought my punch in. On this one, I'm going to cut half of a 1 3/4 inch circle out. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You could measure. I think that's okay. Okay, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. And then on this one, you can tear. I didn't tear on this one, mainly because I'm not that keen on tearing. I don't know what it is, but I just cut it down by, I think that's 1/2 inch, might be 3/4 of an inch. But I'm gonna tear this one so we can see what the difference is. Okay, and I'm just going to fold it over. And what have I done? There's my bone folder right in front of me. Actually, that's quite nice. Just folding it back. What do we think about? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to keep that there instead of, you could tear it or like I did cut it, but I'm going to fold that back. Okay, what have I done with my glue? Okay, so let's... I'm just put my silicone mat underneath. Let's glue that. And I've not used my bone folder on the line, so it's kind of got a raised. I don't think there's any glue in there. That's it. Okay. So now we've got to glue things down. So this one is just getting glued on the one. Let me just check on my instructions. Yeah, it's getting glued on this bit so that you tuck your... And I'm going to try and do it literally right at the edge, which I didn't manage to do before. You see it's come out a bit there. That's the beauty of the silicone mat. And then the same on this one. Hang on, I'm lost. So it needs to be that way. So which way round? Yes, it is. And then here. And then that one's going up like that. You know what? I think I'm supposed to have cut that one down. That's okay. Yeah, I'm going to cut it down. I don't want it coming all the way up. So I'm going to cut where... What is that? It is 4 inches. So I'm going to go to cut an inch off. And then I'm going to cut my half circle again, because I do want to use that half circle. Here we go. Yeah, that's better. It's coming out that end, but I'm not going to do that the other side because I don't want it coming out the end. Oops, it hasn't stuck down. Give that a second. And then I need to stick this one down. And then I've got my pockets. I will decorate the bits of white. Oh, it really doesn't want to come out. It's a new one as well. So you can see, because of the direction, so here we've got upside down flowers and here we've got upside down flowers, but here and here they're the correct way round. So yeah, I mean, if it bothers you, then don't use directional, but it doesn't bother me. Right, now, what have I done with all my bits? I've got glue everywhere again. There we go. So I've got 2 of those actually, that's good. I'm going to use those. Now, if your glue is spread, you might need to, oh, that's okay. In fact, I think that's the wrong one. No, wrong way. That way. Yeah, I think it's that one. And then that one. That one. That one. And then that one is going to go in the middle for your message. So fun, isn't it? See, it's really, it's more about the folding and the scoring than and a little bit of cutting, but you're using a whole sheet of designer series paper and you're getting to show off both sides, the inside and the outside. So let's pop that there. Now I'm going to trim ow, I just tried to cut my nail with that. That wasn't funny. Okay, where do I need to trim this off? I think at the edge of the flower. And maybe the leaf. Yeah, edge of the flower and a leaf. Down the middle of the leaf, I think. I'm going to put that at the bottom. Yep, that's okay. So that's going to be that. And then I'm going to have that on there. Although that's upside down. Where's my other one? I had two. There we go. The same. Now that looks too... Yeah, then they're not going to work there. That's going to work there. Okay. So I've already stuck that down, which was a bit silly, but let's pop some glue on here. Use the rubber for something. Just line that up with the edge. Okay, that's that one. And the same with, no, it didn't work with that one, did it? So I'm going to, and I want a strip to go across there. So that's also going to be the width of this metal strip. I don't know what it is. Half an inch maybe? I've never actually measured it. Let's measure it. Yeah, it is. It's half an inch. Okay, that's going to go across the top of that one. And I want that full flower. So it's there. Whoops. Let's get a pencil, might be easier. best plans, how not to do it is what I'm showing you basically. Okay, let's cut that. Fraction. Yep, I did draw on, I forgot I drew on the pretty and pink side. There we go. And this is going to go at the top. Okay, and then I can just trim the edge. Oh, this bit of glue is getting everywhere. There we go. And that can go in there. And what's not decorated? This one's not decorated and this one's not decorated. So yeah, what I was going to do was actually do two more half. I like the half circle. I'm going to do. And need to cut them down because they're more than a half. Oh, I've done it wrong. They're going to be upside down again. That didn't work, did it? Okay, so this one, this is going to work because I'm going to do it. No, it's not. It's going to be upside down again. Oh, Fiona, you stupid girl. Right, let's have another go. So basically, I want to punch them upside down and then cut them so they're not... Yes, I think I'm... Oh, I don't know if I've got it or not. We'll try it. We'll see. No, it's not going to work. Hang on, let's do it this way. If I'm going to have it up there, I want the flat bit to be down the bottom. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it. That's not going to work. I think I'm making a right hash of this, but anyway, you're getting the gist. It's still upside down. They're all upside down, so this one is going to go this way with a bit of glue. So basically today's Friday with Fiona is how not to do it when you're trying to cut a circle with directional paper. There we go. Now I've done that one because it's not quite so much of the pink showing as there was on this one. I just wish I could get it the right way round. Basically it needs to be flat there, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I'm going to flatten it. And then I'm going to punch the round bit. If that makes sense. I'll try. We'll see if I can get this to work. Probably not. Probably need a post-it note to get it in. That would be a great idea if I knew where my post-it notes were. Post-it notes. I know. Let's pop a bit of seal in here. And hold that like so. Other way around. No, let's try this bit. This might be easier. Oh, honestly, how to make heavy work of something that's quite straightforward. I'm so sorry. There we go. Hurrah! Nope. That way. Yep. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. And that's going to go there. Yay! It's got funny sides, but who cares? After all that, I don't care. Yeah, I'm not the best at working things out. Bliss. So okay, and then that's going to go in there like that. Lovely jubbly. Now, to do my belly band. So let's just check it will close. So I'm going to go down, up, in, and over. Perfect. And obviously the more you open and close it, the easier it gets. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that they're going the wrong way, but if it does you, then use non-directional paper. But it's beautiful. I love this paper. Okay, so here's my belly band. Now, it said 11 inches, but I actually still think this is going to be way too long. So I'm going to go around. You need obviously to have a bit of room for manoeuvre, but 11 inches is way too long. Way, way, way. I'm going to cut it. Let's mark it with a pencil again. Okay. Don't pop that round there. Comes over like that. Coming over a little bit tighter. Because although I want it to move, I don't want it falling off. And I'm going to use Seal Plus. Oh, didn't even realise I had those. And I'm going to pop some glue there, and I'm going to pop some Seal Plus there. And then it goes up and down. And then I've got this beautiful piece of the Designer Series paper, which is like, they had a section that was like tags, and I'm just going to pop that on there with some dimensionals. Actually, will I use dimensionals? I'm not sure I will, because it's DSP. I think I'll use Seal Plus, you could use, you could cut a bit of cardstock to give it some strength. You can see I've cut this out, it's not completely straight. So I'm going to pop a load of seal. I want to cover the join. Oh, wouldn't you know it, I've just got to the end of my Seal Plus, typical. Okay, let's use wet glue then. That way, I think. And then you could put a sentiment, whatever occasion you're using this for. Not quite straight. There we go. And I'm going to pop some dimensionals in that. I thought I had some secret C ones. Oh yes, I'm going to use these blue flowers. They are on last chance list and they are reduced, so last chance to get them. That's why it's called the last chance list. So we've got a variety of shades of blue and some white. So I think it is blue. Hues, what's it called? Hues of blue, but this is, so I'm going to put a big one in the middle there. Oops. There. And a little one. No, that's too small. Let's go with the big one again in the middle there. That's two. And then I need a third one, so I'm going to pop that one there. So I hope you like that project. And so you close it like that. The sour cream pouches, these would be great for kids with some decoration, so I will come back and show you that. And then there's the, I don't know, I don't know my original. Oh, here it is. That's my original. And don't forget, when you spend £25 in my online store this week coming up, between now and the 12th of August, I will send you everything that you need to make 2 each of these projects. So you get the 2 of those and enough. You get 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper to make 2 projects like this, and I'll let you decorate them yourself. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave me some comments, let me know you were watching, say hi. If you're watching on the replay, it's also available on YouTube, and I'll be back next week. Now next week I'm just going to make one project, but I'm going to make this with you, and it's timing. I need to make a couple of these. I did them on an online retreat, again belly bands, and this is the beautiful day paper, but this is more about memory keeping, and I really do want to make one of each of these for my granddaughters. So you've got space for 4 photos. I mean, you could do 5 photos, that's for a message, but you could actually have like a central photo in there and do your messages at the side. But yeah, we'll be doing this next week, and it's quite involved, so I'm just going to do the one project, and I hope you enjoy that with me. I'm looking forward to doing that very much. So thanks for joining me, and have a lovely week. I hope the heat doesn't get back to us and we say hi. Yeah, I hope it's lovely today, just a nice temperature, and please let us not have any more horrible hot days. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.